Hi guys, what is up? I'm so sorry that I haven't put any videos on my channel for the last month, I think. Like, if I have any fans yet. The reason is because of my Gcse'S. As I said in my introduction video, I missed a year. So it's kind of hard for me to catch up, but I'm trying. So actually, I've decided to do this video on how to revise for GCSEs when you haven't revised for it and your GCSEs are in 2 or 3 weeks. So let's get started. So firstly, I'd like to say what subjects I took for GCSE. I took geography, business and art, and obviously the compulsory subjects. So for maths, I just did different papers, past papers, did kind of revision notes. People don't normally do revision notes for maths, but I didn't really do them. I just wrote formulas and keywords and stuff like that. So never mind. So for maths, you just need to do past papers, and if you don't know not anything obviously, if you don't know something, then just go on the internet or buy a revision guide or buy a workbook. So that's how I revise for maths, but I haven't had my maths exam yet. I've only had 5 exams. Chemistry, biology, art, and I think that's it, because I do not do RS because I dropped out. So moving on. English literature and language. So I'm not really a fan of literature, I'll just say that. Obviously, with the fact that I missed a year, I kind of don't know the Macbeth story. Well, I do know, but I don't really know quotations and the poems. I know what they're about. I know some of the quotations from the poems, but I don't really I don't know them that good to write about them. So I'm going to tell you some facts how to revise for them. So for Macbeth, I just had this extra extra revision time in school, after school sometimes, and obviously by myself. I just wrote out quotations on these cue cards and wrote what the quotation means, where it can be used, what technique is in the quotation. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Basically, I did the same thing for A Christmas Carol, An Inspector Calls, and that's it, I think. So for the poems, the anthology, well, I just I did cue cards as well too, and I did practically the same thing for it, because I just wrote out the title of the poem, of each poem, wrote the key quotation from it that I'm gonna memorize, obviously, what technique it has, how I can compare it to another poem, because you need to compare poems. Yeah, that's practically it. So for language, I did the same things as for maths, but I didn't know how to do any cue cards for language, so I just did random questions and past papers and that stuff. Yeah, before you ask, my camera is kind of dodgy. Well, not the camera, but the self pod. It kind of always tilts, and that's why I'm changing positions and stuff. Yeah, so don't judge. So next is science. I wouldn't say that it's my strongest subject, but it's not one of the weakest. I started revising for science, really revising. I think it was a week or 2 before the exam. Yeah, really away. But I bought like this pad and just wrote out facts that like topics that I didn't know and wrote about them, and that helped me because like I wrote it down and it kind of like went into my head. So but like before bed, before going to sleep, I just read through my notes and it went to my head easier. But like a week before the biology exam, I just looked at my notes that I didn't even do even one topic, and there were like 5 topics I think. I just basically started just reading through the text and highlighting it. Like I read through it and everything that I understood and like could remember, I just highlighted it to know that I know that and I can do questions on that and stuff like that. And that really helped. But in my exam there were only cells and like a bit of osmosis. And at the time when I started highlighting the text that I didn't know, I just finished cells. So yeah, that was kind of depressing. And the same thing for chemistry, and I'm probably going to do the same thing for physics, but no, not physics. For physics I'm just literally gonna memorize formulas. I know how to rearrange them, so I'm just gonna memorize formulas and maybe like read a bit of the theory. That will help as well, I think. I hope. So I didn't do the exam for RS, but I'm just gonna tell you what I think I would have done. So I think well, before I dropped out of the RS, I bought a revision guide. Yeah, don't forget to buy revision guides for like all the subjects. That will really help. I brought a revision guide and just made notes, literally just cue cards, notes. Like for the definitions, I just wrote like the word on one side of the card and the meaning on the other, and and when I made those cards, I just laid them out, picked a card, and just like said the meaning and just checked if I was right or wrong. Yeah. To be honest, I was really bad at RS, seriously. Like, especially the Islam stuff. Like, the Christianity stuff was okay, I guess, because like, yeah, it was okay. Geography. Geography is probably, I don't know, I don't really get it, the geography stuff, actually. But like, I'm revising for it, like, I have a revision guide and our teacher gave us like a lot of stuff like to revise from, and so that helps, that really helps, because like I'm doing past papers and like reading the revision guide as well. I'm not making notes, I'm just reading it and kind of like trying to remember it. To be honest, I'm really scared for the third paper for geography. It's the field work, and I don't really know how to kind of do it. Like, I know how to answer the questions on the field work, like where we went, like Docklands and the rivers, but I didn't go to the rivers, but I understand it. I'm scared of the questions like the UK challenges, yeah, the actual like not field work. So yeah, for geography I'm just literally doing past papers, reading my revision guide, and that's it. Yeah. My third subject, business. Well, it isn't that hard. I wouldn't say it's like really hard. Like, I did my coursework, which was 34 out of 40. Yeah, that's not a lot. But my teacher told me that last year, that was like an A or B, don't know. So that's the thing that's kind of like okay calming me. Like for the first paper, I'm not that scared. You just basically need to know the formula and some of the theory. But the second paper, I'm scared for that one. It's a big one. It has like a lot of case studies and stuff like that. So how I'm revising for business, I'm just basically memorizing formulas, reading through the theory. I have a revision guide for that as well. I'm also doing past papers because, yeah. So basically for all my subjects, I'm just doing past papers and past papers and past papers. Business isn't that hard, like if you understand it and if you like know the theory and read through the theory and like, yeah, you just need to read and memorize and understand it. I forgot to tell you about like the extra GCSE subject that I took, which is Russian, as I just showed you. I took this language because I'm Russian. Well, I'm Belarusian, but like they speak Russian there, so what's the difference? So I've had my Russian speaking exam like last month, I think. It was easy for me because I speak Russian always, like at home with my parents and friends and stuff. Yeah, I have my Russian other 2 papers, like in all languages, 3 papers, so I have 2 left. That's depressing. Well, it's not that depressing, like I know it. So I don't think you'll want to know how to revise for Russian. I mean, like if you do a language, I think you just need to don't know actually. I'm guessing you should do stuff like going through your notes that you did in class, like buying a revision guide again. Yeah, because revision guides are actually really useful. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about the language because like I already know Russian and I don't really revise for it. Like I don't need to translate it, I just like write it because like I know Russian. Those were all my subjects, and if you want me to like suggest like methods how to revise for other subjects, just write in the comments. I really hope you liked my video, and again, sorry that I haven't posted it for like a month. If you have any suggestions on how to improve my videos, please write them in the comments. And don't forget to put a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel down below, and my Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. Bye guys, see you in the next video that I hope I'll post soon, not like in a month or something.